The most unique thing about me is I'm humorous, sociable. I like to mess around a lot, especially because growing up in New Jersey in this town Closter, I didn't have a lot of political correctness. So sometimes, I tend to mess around a little too much to where someone might take offense or it could go too far because I didn't really grow up with a lot of political correctness. But however, I have no ill intent, and I also something else that could be unique about me is that I'm a very ambitious guy, and I always have a career plan. I look at life as a chess game where you have plans, you have goals, and you execute them. You always make your moves, like on a chessboard kind of thing. And an irrational fear that I have to this day is certain animals like snakes, alligators, scorpions, and spiders. Also bugs. I hate bugs. Yeah, I used to be scared of bugs growing up too, and now I'm not really afraid of them, but I get annoyed when I see them. But scorpions, snakes, alligators, yeah, I have a very big fear of them. I could not be around them, especially snakes. Yeah, that's why I could never live in a place like Florida or Texas, Arizona. I like to stay in the Northeast, in New York or New Jersey, Connecticut, PA, something like that. And I also have a fear of being broke and not being able to support myself. Because after coming out of high school and even after coming out of the military, you know, I'm having to support myself and I'm no longer in the military. I have to pay rent, I have to pay my car payment, everything, right? I'm even living in a place with the utilities included and furnished so that I don't have to worry about bills and stuff like that. So that's another fear too, is being broke, as well as certain animals. Let's see, and I absolutely hate it when people, well, it doesn't really bother me as much today, but when I was younger, I used to get annoyed when people would ask really obvious questions. Like when I was in working at when I was in my junior and senior year of high school, and I was working at Burger King back in New Jersey, it would annoy me when some people would ask really dumb questions like, "What is on this sandwich?" when there's a clear picture that shows it, or when they ask, "What is the price of this?" when there's literally the price right there, or when they ask certain questions like, "Does the milkshake have milk in it?" Like that used to really annoy me. You know, I also hate when people drive very slow. Like I understand there's a speed limit, but then there's these people that be driving like 5 miles per hour. Like, let's go, come on. Let's see. Now, had I known the lockdown was going to happen a year earlier, I honestly don't know what it would have done. I probably would have thought that it was just going to be a joke or something. But, however, I think I would have been more mentally prepared for it. Because I honestly didn't think lockdown was going to last like almost 2 years. It lasted like almost a year to year and a half, actually. And I did not think that was going to happen because it was like one day I was having fun, next thing I know, I'm on lockdown. And during that time, I was in the Navy, so they even made us sign a specific contract saying that we can't go out to places except for work and home. You couldn't go to gyms, no nightclubs, no bars, no swimming pools, none of that. No public beaches, none of that. It was pretty bad. Let's see, what else is there? What Caleb Yee, learned about myself through this training is that I'm basically just being myself, because I normally like talking a lot, so public speaking is really not hard for me. And I normally like my spotlight. I normally like the center of attention, so it's really not hard for me to publicly speak to people, to be honest. And most of you already know that my dream is to go into law enforcement, like police or corrections. But if I had to be anything besides that, I would be an actor or a filmmaker. That's what I would do if I couldn't be a cop. What else in there? Oh, and since quarantine life, I've realized that I never really paid attention to counting my calories as well as just the things that are important in life. I realize how much I've been letting things that are not really important in life bother me, and I really shouldn't. See, as I said before, I look at life as a chessboard, right? if they don't need to be on the chessboard, don't put them on there in the first place, right? And also, as far as dieting and losing weight goes, so far I've lost 9 pounds, and I'm not even doing anything crazy. I'm doing the same exact workouts, right? The only difference is I'm just counting my calories and not going over my calorie budget while still enjoying all the foods I like, just not going over calories. And of course, trying to be more active, like do some more walking and not just lay down all the time. And therefore, I'm able to drop some pounds because I'm at a calorie deficit.